Last year, moving the ball, wide open three.
George still looking for his first point. Falling away, count it, and the foul.
7 in Miami, that game that they weren't able to win. And he just willed himself all summer long. And you see where it's paid off for him. All you fans and Stevenson, it also frees up Hill to be a shooter.
Here's George from the corner. Puts it on the floor and hits. He scored 5 in a row in the NBA.
Now, Steve Clifford's done a nice job down there in Charlotte. Got that team playing very organized, very, very good defense.
George drew the contact and scores. Won the Central Division last year. Vogel now in his 4th year replaced Jim O'Brien on an interim basis back in January of 2011. George falling away, able to hit over Bargnani.
They got Shumpert on him.
Really become a good player. In his 6th year, he was an all-star in 2012. Here's George for 3. It's good for Paul George. Shooting traveled. George with 5 third-quarter points. Grabbed by Shumpert. Almost averaging 23 per game. He's got a pair of 30-point games this year. And has had 20 or more in every game but one. Play there, Shumpert and Martin out on the same page. And George fouled by JR with Denver in Game 2. ESPN doubleheader Friday, Memphis, San Antonio, Warriors, Lakers, Saturday on NBA TV.
Win.
Bad pass by Prigioni, and then George with the jam. A horrible Knick turnover side of the rim. He's 8 of 22 from the field, and the Knicks lose Paul George down the floor.
Wow.
And a beautiful spin shot. He thought he was fouled. And George now with 18 and a handful of rebounds.
I've always liked his game. I think he's a very underrated player. I like Prigioni's game defensively.
George, high arcer, falls over there.
It's going to be tough for Carmelo just to muscle himself to the basket.
George driving past this man. Beautiful hang and score by Paul George. And it's a 4-point Pacer lead. Ready to go. They're in the first of 3 meetings in the regular season this year.
Keep your eye on David West. They love to go him in these situations for a little jump shot.
Call a foul here. Shumpert at the line.
Fatigue. Been a very physical game.
We talked too about the importance of learning how to. Here's West. Now George. George will take the 3. Way off the mark, but a foul. They call a floor. Now he has missed 3 free throws tonight. 4 of 7. He's an 86% foul shooter on the year, and he gets the first one. 2 more coming for George. 24 points on the night, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and a handful of steals.
I've always said,
looking to tie it up at the foul line. And he hits it. 89 apiece in the series in the postseason, but still a pretty important rejection. They work it around to an open George, lets it fly.
Guess who? We'll get back to Hibbert. Indiana's opponent, time. I've never seen Carmelo work harder than what I've seen him work here early in this year and tonight.
Here's George off balance, and George with 10 points for Indiana.
And that's why you want the ball in his hands. Let him create. He's got the size to get in the paint and make plays.
That's a clear foul there.
The guy can't show out and get there and deflect your shot.
And Bargnani has fouled out of the game as George gets the first free throw.
Now on Carmelo Anthony and J.R. Smith, because you lose a shooter.
Hibbert still on the floor for Indiana. Hibbert with the ball screen. Here's George falling away. Hits another off-balance shot. That's 35 points for Paul George.
He got that swagger, too.